Tired of wasting money on watermelons that look good but taste terrible? Today I'll show you what to look for to find a sweet watermelon, plus a simple trick to remember all of these signs when you go shopping. Starting with the first sign, which is that you want to look for a big yellow spot. It is known as the field spot, which tells you how long a watermelon has been sitting in the field. Typically, the deeper and richer the creamy spot means it had more time to get sweet on the plot. And avoid any watermelons with a white spot or one that's pale in color. Look for a watermelon that, when compared to similar sized watermelons, it's heavy for its size. The one that's heavy for its size is the sweet juicy surprise. Although the third sign is what will really set in whether you have a sweet watermelon or a bland one. Listen to these watermelons side by side. The good one is the one that makes a deep, hollow sound, which in our case is this watermelon that sounded like. Always remember, low and deep, that's the one to keep. Next, check the skin of the watermelon. One that is dull or matte instead of one that is shiny is closer to being ripe. So not this one. This is the one that is less shiny. Skip the shine, always go for the matte rind. Look at the stem end of the watermelon, not the flower end. You can tell the stem end because there will be a whole stem or it will feel a bit fibrous. The flower end is usually always smooth. At the stem end, you want a watermelon that has a brown stem attached to it or without the stem, but that it looks like it's starting to dry out, because that's another sign your watermelon been ripening in the field longer. A stem end that is brown will keep away the ugly frown. Also, if by the stem you see this sticky brown sap or goo, then that is a sign by farmers that you will have a super sweet watermelon. A bonus sign is to look for a watermelon that has a lot of scratches or scars on it. Now that would sound backward of picking a good watermelon, but actually a lot of scratches, also known as webbing, means that the fruit was heavily pollinated by bees and will typically be a better formed fruit as well as a sweeter one. This is the watermelon I'm choosing. So now let's take it home and see what we get. And now for the moment we all been waiting for, cutting open our watermelon. And wow! Would you look at that? A perfectly ripe watermelon. I packed away the other half of the watermelon since we won't need both. And now a little trick is that you could take your watermelon and cut it into slices. And then turn it again to cut it into more slices. And now when you pull it out from the center, you'll have a perfect piece of watermelon that could fit into your mouth. And the taste is a perfectly sweet and juicy watermelon. That was some perfect red goodness. And now we got the real expert watermelon taster. Make sure you guys pack a like emoji in the comments for Tweaker, or a watermelon emoji if you like seeing here in our videos. This watermelon is just so red and sweet. So for those of you who made it to the end, it's time for the easy hack to remembering how to pick a sweet watermelon. And that is, I like to call it the 5 S's of a sweet watermelon. Number 1, spot. Number 2, size. Number 3, sound. Number 4, skin. Number 5, stem. And number 6, which is the bonus one, is scars. Now for the watermelon I got, I used multiple of the signs to choose a sweet one, and no one sign could fully determine if a watermelon will be sweet. But using these signs in combination is what will increase your chances of actually getting a sweet watermelon. Another version that I also created was sweets, which you could also use, but you could choose which one is easier. I made a version of this that you could save onto your phone or print out, and I'll make sure to place a link in the description to it. So those are the signs so that you could pick a sweet watermelon. I hope you learned a lot. If you did, peck that like button and share this video with a friend. Goodbye!